Learn, leave, heal, live. He a narcissist. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. He underscore a underscore narc underscore sis. He a narcissist. We have reached episode freaking 3. We have reached episode freaking 3. This episode will detail what the reactive abuse looked and felt like for me. If you guys have been following me, you guys pretty much understand my purpose. Doing the vlog and detailing my healing journey, detailing my experience with dealing with a narcissist in a relationship. The first episode was the love bombing phase, how everything was beautiful. It was amazing. It was too good to be true. And the second episode was the subtle abuse, how everything was so good to where all of a sudden everything that was so perfect is now a problem. Everything, you're constantly being picked on little by little, and the reason for that is for them to slowly bring you down so they can now try to take control. So now we're at the reactive abuse. What is reactive abuse? What does it look like? What does it feel like? This is what it looks like. As he's slowly picking at me, of course, you pick at something long enough, it's going to snap back. You know what I'm saying? It's going to snap back. And that's reactive abuse. You slowly begin, your tolerance becomes minute. Like, you no longer have any tolerance for the picking, the accusing, the all around disrespect. You no longer have tolerance for it. You become tired of it, you become drained of it, and you begin to snap back. The first time I snapped back looked a lot like this. I'm not quite sure what the disagreement was and what was going on. And to be completely honest, 9 times out of the 10 when we were arguing or we had misunderstandings, I really don't know today what they were. Because that's how small they were, but how big the narcissist will make it. I don't remember what the disagreement, the whole argument was about. But I do remember him being on the phone with his mother. And I later on in the episodes, I do have to shine light on the relationship my narcissist, which I didn't want to call him that, but the next had with his mother. That definitely needs to be spoken about, and I will speak on that because it plays a big part in who he is and the energies that he brought into my household. It plays a huge part in it. That's why this is bigger than what it may seem. It may seem like right now, because I'm doing just what my experience was dealing with the narcissist, but it's way bigger. It's way bigger. And when I say way bigger, I'm saying from who he is to who his mother is to who his mother and father probably was. And not just only that, and not just to just shine light on or just to, put the spotlight on him and his family. Not at all. Because with me dealing with the narcissist and allowing these situations and everything to play out the way it did, it has a lot to do with me. And we must be very careful on who we deal with. We must be very careful with who we allow in our lives, because we need backgrounds. We need background checks, and you can't just go off of a person saying, oh, my childhood was good, my parents this, they did this. You can't go off that. You have to really pay attention to meeting the parents. And you know how you want to do that later on down the road? No, I want to do that off top. Let's go meet your parents. I want to see how you interact with your parents, how your parents interact with you, your siblings as well, because that tells it all. It literally tells it all, period. It tells it all. I don't want you to meet my mom now. No, I don't think we're at that level we need to meet. No, we're there. If we're dating, I want our third date, let's meet the parents. You know what I'm saying? Not the kids. But let's meet the parents. Let me see how you interact with your family, because it's huge. It's huge. And that's one thing that I should have taken into account when dealing with next, is how his relationship was with his family. And he broke it down to me, whether it was the truth or not, which I believe was the truth, is that he had no relationship with his family. He had no relationship with his family due to a lot of the things that he'd done growing up. So his relationship with his siblings were pretty jaded. The relationship with his parents were pretty jaded. He had went a span without talking to his parents while he was on his new journey trying to find himself and recover. Like I said, I think I mentioned it in a previous episode, but he was in recovery from drug and alcohol abuse when I met him. And he literally was living, well, long story short, because that doesn't really matter, but he had took time where he focused solely on himself, but not really, because he really didn't focus on himself. He put a lot of energy onto me, because I met him in the very beginning of his recovery. But he redirected his energy from his parents and back home, because he came all the way to California, and focused supposedly on himself, but a lot on me. And with that, a lot of great things happened in his life with that. A lot of great things happened in his life. I encouraged him. He, as an adult man, never had a driver's license. I helped him get his first driver's license. I encouraged him to work, and it took a lot of encouraging, because he had already, I felt useless, felt hopeless. He already felt hopeless, so it took a lot of encouraging, but I didn't mind putting that energy into him. I didn't mind doing that. But once I realized that once he began to communicate with his mother again, since he had been back in California, and of course he had a lot of things going for himself, so he wanted to share that with his mom, with his family, like, this is what I have going on, da 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 da. And it was very shortly after the communication with his mom, and then happened again. That's when the subtle abuse began, and not only the subtle abuse, but also my reaction to the subtle abuse. And I remember us getting into like a disagreement or argument, very little, very small, because I don't remember, so I know it had to be very little, very small. And I remember him shutting down on me, not want to talk anymore, grabs his phone and begins to call his mother and have a conversation with his mother. Like, he gets up from the living room, goes upstairs, goes into the room, calls his mother, and he's talking to his mom. And wasn't a problem with me. Like, I didn't mind that, because sometimes people need other people to talk to. But the conversation that he was having with his mom about me was out of pocket. So I remember him going from English to Creole, but I'm hearing, like, she does this, she does that, she's not here to do, she's doing this, and like, he's just fucking talking bad about me to his mom. And I hear his mom say, well, why don't you just leave? Like, why are you with her? Like, why don't you just leave her? I remember her strong accent saying that. And I come upstairs, because he had it on speaker, so it was for me to hear. That's what I need you guys to understand. Like, he had it on speaker, it was for me to hear. So I came upstairs, and I remember, like, are you serious right now? Like, you cannot be serious right now. And I just went off. And my going off was, how in the hell are you sitting in my house talking shit about me to your mother, and I've done more for you in less than a year than your mother done for you your whole fucking life? I remember those words coming out of my mouth, and just, and this is disgusting, but I remember just wanting to put my hands on him so bad, but I didn't. And I just remember just, like, gathering up spit in my mouth and just spitting in his face and calling him a bitch, and him on the phone with his mom, she just spit in my face, she just spit in my face, I'm out of here, she just spit in my face. And his mom said, no, this bitch didn't. She didn't spit in your face. Not my fucking son. And I'm hearing her, because he's on speaker, I'm hearing her saying all this. And I remember, like, just walking away, going downstairs, and saying to myself, what the freak did I just do? And I remember his mom, I guess they got off the phone. His mom started calling my phone, and she's going off on me. I'm all kind of bitches and this and that. And if anything happens to her son, she's going to fucking kill me. All this. And I'm telling you, this is all happening in less than a year with me and him being together. And I don't know how things calm down. I don't even know how things calm down. But I remember coming back to myself and telling him, I apologize for my actions, but we can't be together anymore. This can't happen. And I remember him being the victim. You spit on me. You did this to me. You did that to me. You almost gave my mom a heart attack. Like all this stuff, right? And as he's telling me this stuff, I'm thinking like, oh my God, I did. Like what came over me? And I'm feeling like the villain. Like I really felt like I was the villain. Like, yeah, he did the picking at me. Yeah, he got on the phone and was talking stuff about me to his mom. I didn't have to react that way. And you know what? For a long time, I thought to myself, like, Shay, you were out of pocket. Shay, you were hella out of pocket. For a long time, I felt like I was out of pocket. Because no matter the situation, when it comes down to dealing with a person, like, you have no right to put your hands on this person, and you have no right to you have no right to do anything like that, like I did, which I spit on him. And not only did I spit on him, I'm sorry, like he literally like balled up like a child, that gets beaten and battered. Like that's how he did it. He didn't do it like a man, like when I say a man, like he didn't do it like, no, don't like try to stop me, not try to. No, it was. I'm thinking about it now, and I'm getting a little like I'm getting chills. I'm getting really, but I just remember what it looked like. Because like I say, as I'm going into details, I'm reliving it. I'm literally reliving it. So my emotions, everything, I start to feel again exactly what it was and what it felt like in those moments. So please excuse me if I become a little difficult to understand or to follow through with, because I'm actually going back into it. But yeah, I just remember him looking like a young child, not a teenager, but a young child, 5 to 10. Like, I just remember the like fear, and I remember like stopping and just and storming through the house, like come on, I'm pissed. And I remember like apologizing a little bit after and telling him that we couldn't do it. I cannot be in a situation or in a relationship where I feel like I don't have a voice, and feeling like I don't have a voice and then it resulting into me getting violent. Like that's not me. Like that's not me. Like I don't want to be this person. I don't want to be in this type of relationship. And I felt so guilty. I felt so bad. And I remember him making me feel worse. And him telling me, so you're telling me it's over between us because you don't know how to control your anger. It's over between us because you don't know how not to get violent. Like he just like, and I'm yes, and he was still trying to fuck with me. He was still trying, and it was so hard. That moment was hard because I'm like, wow, I raged, and I couldn't believe who I was at that moment. I couldn't believe that I did that. But yeah, that evening, I think it was that evening, we didn't waste no time. That evening, I believe it was his parents that sent for him, so they got him a plane ticket and everything, and he went back to Florida, and we were done. Yeah, he went back home, and we were done. I think we went a couple days without talking to each other. And when they talk about trauma bond, it's real. Because when I say it's real, because the first day, that night that he left, I want to say I slept pretty good. I probably had a melatonin or two. But I slept pretty good. The next day, it was fine. Like, I felt fine. It was like the third day, like I had peace. And it's crazy because when you are in it for so long every day, you forget what it's like to feel peace. You forget what it's like to have a peaceful home. And after like the third day, like, I missed this man. After the third day, yeah, I missed him. I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to call him, but I didn't want to call him. And he didn't reach out to me. He didn't reach out to me at all. Like, you know? And he knew, and I feel like he knew that he fucked with me enough that that he guilt tripped me enough to, like, I think he knew that I would reach out eventually. So it was like the third day, and I remember I called him because I missed him. I missed him. I missed being in hell. I missed waking up and walking on eggshells all day. I missed that shit. Could you imagine that? Having peace, but missing having anxiety all day. That was me. I missed having anxiety all day. I missed walking on eggshells all day. I missed him telling me dumb shit. I missed it. So I remember me calling him and him answering like, "What you calling me for? Thought you was done with me." And I remember us talking and me apologizing yet again. Him never apologizing for all the stuff he caused, and him telling me, well, you know, my mom don't feel like I'll be safe going back out there, so I don't know about that, and like he guilt tripped me so bad. Like, yeah, my mom, I don't know how she feels about you now. And you know how we are. You know how us women are. Or just being in a relationship, you want to be liked by your spouse's family, your spouse's people. You want to be liked by them. You don't want to be disliked by them. So I'm like, oh, dang. Well, maybe we're not going to work out. And I remember him telling me, like, I'm going to be honest with you. After you did what you did to me, I was so hurt. I was so broken. When I was at the airport, I met a woman and she seemed so nice. I've been talking to her. And I'm thinking to myself, it's been only 3 days. And not only has it been 3 days, but you telling me you met a woman at the airport? Right after our incident, you met a woman at the airport. Bet. Like... But him telling me that, I'm thinking, because I'm in love at the time with this man, I'm thinking, no, I cannot lose this man. He's already talking to somebody else. Let me get this man back home. Because I'm still stuck on the love bombing. How he treated me, how he loved on me. And I'm thinking, this happened, this big event happened, where I put my hands on you, I spit on you, you talk bad about me to your mom yelled and cussed at me, and I was all kind of bitches. Like, if we can get through this, babe, we can get through anything. Let's try to make this work. And so you're thinking, you guys are, it's a fresh start, it's a new beginning. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's not the situation. Ma'am. No. He came back. I remember picking him up from the airport. The conversation, what was next for us, and how things are going to be better. And like I said, at no point during our conversations did he ever apologize for talking bad about me to his mother, for any of the things that he's done to me. Never apologized for it. So, but I didn't care. I wasn't looking for an apology. I just needed him to forgive me for what I did. I needed him to forgive me for what I did. It's so freaking sick that I allowed myself to get out of myself and be so manipulated like I was. Every chance he got, it could be something as simple as me coming home from work, showering, in the kitchen, cooking dinner, and him walking in the kitchen and saying, "What are you making?" And me saying, "Spaghetti," and him saying, "I can't believe you spit in my face." When we said, when he forgave me, that we'll try our best to get past it. Every moment he got to throw that incident in my face of the one thing that I did to him, he used it. Every chance he got. And I feel like that's what he needed, because he knew I felt so bad and so guilty for it, that that's what he would use against me every chance he got. When I seen that when he contacted one of his ex-girlfriends, and I realized he did, that's what he threw in my face. You spit in my face. You hit me. Anytime he got caught up in anything, or anytime I called him out on anything, that's what he would try to use. You did this to me. You spit in my face. You hit me. My mom don't like you. I don't even know. Like, that's what he would do. He would just use all that because he knew what triggered me and what made me feel guilty, or what made me buckle and be like, damn, I did do that. Maybe, and then it will have you thinking, or have me thinking, everything he did was because of what I did. Everything I did, as far as spitting on him, hitting him, and arguing with his mother, everything he did after that, every time he did something, he made me feel like he did it because of what I did. And in all reality, like, I reacted the way I reacted because of everything he did prior to that. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality of it. But he manipulated me into thinking I'm the cause of it all. It is so crazy. And if you, like I said, if you don't know the signs, if you don't know what to look for, you'll just get caught up in it. And it will drain you. It will literally, and you won't even realize you're losing yourself until you literally lost yourself. Like, you won't even realize, Shay, you was right here. Baby girl, you right here. Do you see you right here? Do you see that you right here right now? Do you even know how you got from right here to right here? Do you even know? I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't realize it. I couldn't catch on until I was at my bottom. When I was at my bottom and I officially let go, got him out the home, not speaking to him for like a month, working on myself, gathering my thoughts, and actually going back and reliving the moment I met him, reliving the moment he stepped foot in my home, and then pointing out the dots. I remember, like, literally research. Like, I studied this man. I literally studied this man. And, like, I will, like, Google stuff, and I'll be like, okay, what type of disorder is this? What type of disorder is that? What type of disorder is this? And I kept getting like, sounds like paranoid schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, da-da-da-da-da. And I remember being at work one day, and someone saying, Oh, it was a Joker movie came out. The Joker, he's a narcissist. And I'm like, what the fuck is a narcissist? So I started looking it up and stuff, and I'm like, what the heck? But that wasn't until we were officially when I had officially got him out the house and everything like that. But, like, I say that to say, like, whenever you get to a point to where you have to, like, do research on the person you're with, leave. Leave. If you ever have to sit up and be like, what type of person does this? What type of person does that? What is this called when a person does this? If you have to do that, leave. Fucking leave. It's not healthy. It's not good. Leave. Freaking leave. So the best thing you can do is leave. Any relationship that you're uncomfortable in, freaking leave. And the cold thing about my situation is that I didn't even realize I was uncomfortable. I didn't realize I was uncomfortable. I didn't realize I had lost my peace. I didn't realize I had lost my hope until I was damn near done with myself. And didn't understand where did it go wrong. Like, where did all this come from? When I got him out my home, all of a sudden I have peace. All of a sudden my finances is booming. All of a sudden, I have hope. All of a sudden, every day I'm writing down goals and actually accomplishing them with nothing or no one holding me back. And I dismissed all that and missed it for 2.5 years. 2.5 years. I just missed all that and damn near died because I didn't realize I had slowly lost my hope, my peace, my joy. It's nasty out here. Like, it is so nasty out here. The type of people that we have in the world, like, you guys understand, it's bigger than this. It's bigger than this. It's bigger than this. It's very spiritual. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. Can't no one tell me nothing different. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. Like, I experienced it. I lived it. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. That man is a whole demon. A whole demon. And if I had allowed him in my life any longer than I did, around my children any longer than I did, we will all be fucked up. And I mean that, because it was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time. Because he already had me. You know what I'm saying? Losing my shit. He already had me. It was only a matter of time to where it was going to permanently affect my children. He was good to them. He was nice to them. But it was only a matter of time. I truly feel that he was going to become mean to them. Because the same way he was love bombing me, I don't second guess at all that he was love bombing my children. It was just easier for me. And you want to know why I feel like it was easier for me? I feel like it was easier for me because of the sexual aspect of it. I feel like that's why it was easier for me, because of the sexual aspect of it. Like, sex, intimacy, you have to be careful. Because that's the easiest way for a person to drain your energy and pass on their demons. I swear to you, ladies, gentlemen as well, but I'm saying that is the easiest way for a person to snatch your energy and pass you their demons. It's the easiest way. The sex don't even have to be good. The sex don't even have to be good for that energy exchange to happen. It doesn't. It can be the worst sex of your life. Trust me, I know. I'm just saying, like, it's bigger than what meets the eye. It's bigger than what meets the eye. Like, this is very spiritual energies, like I said, vibrations, knowing yourself, knowing your history, knowing where you come from. Very important when you're dealing with another human being. I thank God for all the support that I have today. I thank God for all the love and the joy that I feel in my heart today. I'm just grateful for everything because it was a point where I felt like I had lost everything. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening to me, just listening to me and following me through this. All I want to do is just bring awareness and to share my story, give light to the situation. Let's save ourselves so we can save our children, and our children can save our grandchildren. Because, like I said, it is not just about the narcissist. It is about me as well. How he was raised, how I was raised, and how we came together, and how it affected our lives. How it affected our lives. So next week will be episode 4, you guys. Episode 4 will be raising a child with a narcissist. Yeah. 4th episode will be raising a child with a narcissist. What it may feel like, what it may look like. Be prepared. Go ahead, and if you haven't subscribed already to the YouTube, subscribe, baby. And if you haven't already, on my Instagram is at he_a_narc_sis. He a narcissist. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I thank you guys so much. Appreciate all the love, all the support. Hey, keep all the comments, keep all the messages in the inboxes coming. I really enjoy hearing survival stories. I love hearing how you guys made it through. I love hearing, I don't really love hearing it, but it amazes me to see how common our experiences were or are. I'm glad we have each other. I'm glad we can be of support to each other. And let's keep this going. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next week. Episode 4, Raising a Child with a Narcissist. Mwah, 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 mwah.